Hey, I'm Mila from Exceptional Explorers, and today I'm here to speak to you a little bit about sign language. When babies are hungry or thirsty, when they're not feeling well, when there's something scaring them or they're upset, it could be really frustrating to figure out what is it that their cries or grunts are trying to communicate. Facial expressions and gestures, on the other hand, really help babies communicate their needs and wants across, and they do so before they're developmentally ready to speak. That's certainly one of the reasons why sign language has really become popular, even among members of the hearing community and among parents and caregivers of little ones. So teaching very consistent and predictable signs could be very useful in meeting their needs and their wants and reducing episodes of crying and frustration for the caregivers and babies. Now, I know there are many parents that are concerned that by teaching babies sign language, they may in fact reduce their drive to learn to speak. However, research shows that actually sign language is a stepping stone toward language learning and language development, because it provides babies with visual and tactile elements, the use of their hands, gestures, in addition to the auditory input, which is usually what they hear when they hear adults speak to them. Sign language also teaches babies a bit about the give and take of conversation. They learn that by showing or doing a sign to request an action or an item, they get that item in return. And that is very rewarding and motivational. Now, I know there are many parents watching this who are really busy, who have a lot on their plate, and they certainly do not have the time to sit down and learn sign language. But that is really not the point of this video or the class that we offer at Exceptional Explorers. Learning just a few very functional and everyday signs could be sufficient. And these could be signs that you use with babies regularly. So a sign for milk, like milking a cow, or a sign to eat, or sign for more, right? Wanting to find out if a baby wants more food, or a sign for again, which is very similar to more or to stop, right? Maybe a baby is not interested in doing something or eating anymore. Sign language is great to start using with babies at about 5-6 months of age. And it's important to be repetitive. Do not expect to show the sign once or twice and for the baby to show an understanding of it or even to start to imitate. Babies have to be exposed to the same sign on multiple occasions, repeatedly again and again for days. And their own coordination and movements have to be really fine-tuned before they're able to replicate. So they will definitely begin to understand your signs before they're able to do it. And it is usually around 8 to 12 months of age, you will notice a baby start to imitate your signs. Now, from personal experience, I definitely recall that by 8 to 9 months of age, my daughter would use the sign for more and frequently requested when she wanted more food, more snacks. And some ways to encourage the use of such signs would be maybe to give them a little bit less than they would typically eat, and to see, are they able to ask? You could even show them, do you want more? Is that what you want? And offer that snack to them and do so repeatedly, so they begin to make that connection that by showing more, they're getting more in return. Similar to first words, first signs are going to be mere approximations. They're going to resemble the actual sign, but will likely not be the sign itself, because it takes practice, some planning and coordination for babies to be able to produce the sign exactly as it's meant to be produced. So right now I am teaching my 6-month-old some signs. Now, this one in particular is actually not from the American Sign Language, but it's almost an intuitive sign for give me. So I've been teaching this to my baby because I want him to recognize that when he wants a toy or a snack, he could gesture and receive. I've been using this gesture with him for a few weeks, and he's certainly beginning to show some understanding of it, because in the last week or so, I have noticed that he started to approximate the sign. With one hand of his, he's doing a similar gesture to this when he sees something that he wants, that I am holding or someone else in our household is holding. Now, it is inconsistent for now, but it's definitely coming in, and I think in another few weeks it will be there. And when I see that he has mastered this particular sign that is kind of specific to our family, then I am going to introduce some of the common sign language signs that I want him to learn as well, such as more, or again, such as stop, and eat, and milk. So I'm looking forward to seeing you use some of these signs with your babies. Practice them. Let us know how it's coming along, or maybe come by Exceptional Explorers and we'll get to practice them in person. Until next time, have a great week. Thank you for joining me.